Well, howdy. Um, it is uh, Friday. I think it's Friday. Is it Friday? Hmm. It's the 31st of May. That I know. It is Journal 65, which means that it is T plus 59, almost 2 months. 2 months tomorrow, which is pretty crazy, which means there's only 40 days left till I reach 100, which is all exciting. Uh, Today was strange. Uh, Strange in a number of different respects. Uh, it was funny in many others. Not funny, haha, funny, peculiar. Um, in one respect, it was funny because I kept thinking about a new theory I'm working on relating to time and the fact that time unfolds almost in a straight line. Um, at least we perceive it unfolds that way. There's kind of a beginning, middle, and an end to it. It's just past, present, future. And as events occur in your life, they get filed away in your holographic brain for the most part. Um, but it doesn't seem at all like your brain, when it goes through a file sort, returns that information to you in the same linear fashion. It prioritizes things, and it tends to go ahead and bring them back in the order that it wishes to bring it back. At least as far as instant recall is concerned, and at least as far as my experience has has shown me to this point. Um, I know that sounds strange, but it's interesting because I've spoken at length about team and training and my gratitude for their support through my recovery, for coming out here, for making me their uh, part of their mission. And one of the ways that you can show gratitude for that is when they're going on a big ride, um, is to go ahead and either in person, and I wish, believe me, I wish I could do it in person, um, or at worst by virtue of a video, uh, explain who you are and what you're all about, and what their support has meant. Basically, to tell your story. Telling your story requires that you go through a timeline, at least in your own mind, to figure out what happened, when it happened, how it happened. Um, and it's interesting in a number of different ways, because I found it was almost difficult to do that because I kept wanting to go to what were, to me, the most critical moments first. Um, and that's what I did when I created their emission moment video for them. And they're up in Lake Tahoe right now writing uh, for the Lymphoma Society, and all the money that's raised will go to the society, and it's a big deal, and I commend them. Ryan did an Ironman in Lake Tahoe, and the terrain is brutal, and there's a tremendous amount of climbing, and depending on the conditions up there, as far as the weather's concerned, it can be treacherous. It can be really dangerous. They probably should have canceled the ride when Ryan did the Ironman, because there was black ice on some of the roads, and they had to change the course at the last minute, as I recall. In any case, they're up there doing a century ride, 100-mile ride up there, and when it came time to think about um, all the things that you want to tell a group like that, a group who's come out here in fairly large numbers to give blood and platelets, and on multiple occasions in some cases, which is a huge deal for me and for a lot of them and for a lot of you and so many people, because everybody seems to have been touched by cancer in some way or other. Um, you've either dealt with it yourself, or you've had a close family member or a close friend who has been forced to go through the crucible of dealing with a whole range of diseases, myeloids like mine included. So, thinking about that, it occurred to me that one of the certainly one of the critical moments was, when I realized that I was going to a hematologist, but I was actually going to a hematologist oncologist. I had no idea that I would be seeing, a cancer specialist, only one specializing in blood cancers like lymphoma or leukemia or the myeloids, like I have. And that moment of abject terror, maybe, getting off the elevator, making the right turn on the second floor of the Laventa building in Thousand Oaks, and seeing UCLA hematology oncology on the wall, and recognizing that whatever I was going to discover from seeing this particular doctor who I'd never seen before, it was going to be a lot more significant than just visiting a hematologist, and that was definitely made clear when he asked me if I ever worked with any solvents, heavy metals, or petrochemicals, which, for those of you who know me, know that's only since I'm about 2 years old. I was raised in a service station in Brooklyn and came out here and opened a service station in Santa Monica with my dad, then went out to Simi Valley, opened an independent repair shop, and was a working technician for a good part of that time, and managed to handle a lot of chemicals that came in a lot of containers that had skulls and crossbones on them. But from there, it skipped a whole bunch. And it became really difficult to dredge up some of the other stuff. Now, part of that is because it was unpleasant. Part of that was because it was uncomfortable. Part of it was because for whatever reason, my subconscious mind wanted to hide it from me. But it went almost straight through to when I first started to really symptomize, and how uncomfortable that was, and recognizing how dangerous it was going to be, and then directly into the room, City of Hope, where I received my transplant. So the 5 days of chemo in the infusion center, and then it being admitted, having my PICC line put in, and then going through all of that. But the one thing that stayed the same throughout is the sense of genuine wonder at the goodness of people, and almost like the majority of people out there who never find their way to the news, who we never read about, who we never hear about, who very quietly go on about their business, trying to finish their work of creation in many respects, trying to make the world whole again, trying to do genuinely good things for no other reason than they're good things. And the sense of the responsibility to give back for the gift that I've been given. And I ended that mission moment by saying, that I've been blessed with a really supportive family. They've been incredible throughout this whole business. Really wonderful friends, certainly more than I deserve. And you, and I was talking directly to the team in training, but right now I'm talking to you. And how impossible getting through something like this without the support from all the wonderful people that have been writing and emailing and messaging and texting and what have you. Um, Recognizing that you have to make it work, you have to get through it, because there are a lot of people who are depending on you to get through it. And I just want you to know, all of you to know, how much I really appreciate it, you're joining me on this odyssey, on this journey, and how much it really means to me. So until tomorrow, 60 days tomorrow, stay well and take care. Look forward to hanging out. Bye bye.